In Wisner, Nebraska, Thunder by the River, fans sure got their money's worth. I'm talking everything from skydiving to all the exciting pulling action. Dave, I wasn't ready for all of this.
I tell you what, these parachuters coming in the opening ceremonies of the last show of Thunder by the River, bringing it in. And I tell you what's kind of interesting, you had 84-year-old guys dropping in. 84-year-olds flying the flag, flying the sky. Opening ceremonies, Wisner, Nebraska, Thunder by the River.
And you're on board with Dan Davis in his two-wheel drive truck. Dan and the other pullers coming up.
In the heart of the Midwest, there's a band of modern-day marauders. Mounted atop their beasts, they line up to throw down. They are outlaws.
From Wisner, Nebraska, welcome to Thunder by the River. It's the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Series. Hello, everyone. I'm Claude Wood, along with former puller and expert analyst Dave Bennett. Rick Carlson working the sidelines today. And today's classes, two-wheel drive trucks, diesel 4x4, and those crazy unlimited super stocks. So to get things underway, let's kick it off right now with the two-wheel drive trucks. And we'll get it started with a little bit of lack of common sense. We saw him earlier. This is Dan Davis.
You gotta love the name on this. Some people say you gotta have lack of common sense to do this, but you gotta have a lot of common sense to put the power to the ground. Dan Davis, our first hook of the day. Gonna be working that right side. It's been a little bit of different. We've had a lot of pulls here at Wisner today, and that right side's not been a favorite. That's where he wanted to go. 263 and 45 starts us off.
Let's go on board. We'll take you along from the driver's perspective.
Motor up. Front end trying to come up. High RPM. Gotta love that seat.
Here comes Craig Nation getting set to pull. Earlier, Rick Carlson got us some more info.
What you're looking at is the engine, the power plant of the 23T two-wheel drive of Craig Nation. Craig, how long have you been pulling?
I've been about 15 years, and I've won several championships at NTPA. I won the Bowling Green Ring, Interly Pull Off. I've won quite a bit of different stuff, and I kind of like pulling for the Outlaws right now. It's close to home.
What do you plan to do in the future? Are you going to move up to any category? You do some changes here?
Probably run about the same thing, and probably run for Outlaws next year, and just hope to get farther down the track, maybe.
Are you having fun?
Always have fun when you're playing, don't you?
Well, Dave, let's just say now, Craig is trying to win the Bowling Green of the West.
Guaranteed. Bowling Green, Ohio is a big show on the east side. Wisner, Nebraska is the Bowling Green of the West. Up in the air, started kind of on the left side. Oh, you love that sound up in the air. A nice, nice pull. Very good. 320 and 95.
Now this next truck, the Texas Outlaw, is the TTPA points champion. Today being driven by Sunsidre Ross.
Russell Reeby owns the truck and normally does the driving, but we put Sunsidre in today for the first time ever. Little bit of a hard start right there. Making up for it pretty nice. She knows what open throttle is. Hand down, take it the other end. Better in the center. Good distance, first time out, 284 even for Sunsidre.
Son, very first time ever in one of these.
Ever. I got my first 101 at the trailer.
And you're sitting here, a grin from ear to ear.
Yes, it was very much fun. I'm ready to do it.
They call it the VIP Thunderdome. If you have a pass to get in here, you're one of the very fortunate ones.
People really want to get in there. You got to know somebody to get into this place. They got a great view of the track, great pulling, great action. The only people that's got a better view is you at home, and we'll be right back.
This coverage of the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association is being brought to you by Will Cross. Good product, good prices, good service. And by Metis Tire, fit for your job. And by Stop Fire, the world's best fire extinguisher. And by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology.
For 2 days now, great crowds on hand for the exciting pulling action, and it was a good place to see just that, Wisner, Nebraska. Here's another one of the lady pullers. This is Dee Paulson.
The sport's going to the ladies, but what professionalism they got. Got on it pretty hard on the line. She's going to try to do it with the speed. Motor singing that song. She ain't scared to get that front end up in the air. Not going to go as far as she wants. She tried that right side. Not a good deal. 272 and 21.
Well, we'll see if the other pullers set up over there. Here comes Bill Oberste, the Missouri Gambler.
Man out of Harrisonville, Missouri. Now, he did set up a little farther to the left. Now, I don't know how many people's going to go that right side. Did he set far enough to the left? Pretty well left to center. Got some good traction. Pretty nice little ride right there at 3:18 and 21.
So, you want to ride along? Okay, but we're going to put you in the back seat.
You get a feel for how rough a two-wheel drive can be on you. The noise in the front and the power in the back.
Well, that's a good workout for the day. Here's Robert Zajac in Gunsmoke.
Whitey's had a really good weekend now. We call him Robert, his nickname's Whitey. You refer to him as Whitey. Mr. Two-Wheel Drive. He went over to that left side. This man can read a track as good as anybody. He knows his power. He knows his traction. The flagman backing up in the corner, and we got a new leader. 3:27:33.
Robert Zajac, 327. That puts you in the lead. You got to like it.
I love it. I don't think I'm going to stay there long, but I love it.
Why aren't you going to stay there long?
There's a lot of good ones back there yet.
And you're a good one that's got the lead right now.
Yes, sir, and I feel proud about it.
This is Richard Mantz. Two big stacks, but Dave, I noticed right away, first thing, this truck sounds different.
Got a little different sound to it, and that's because there's a turbocharger coming off each bank of that V8 motor. Turbocharged, not the blower. Turbochargers dampen the noise a little bit. They got the power. It's just different in the two-wheel drive, and he burns it in right there. Man out of Ogden, Iowa. 297.71, would like to have been a little farther.
Brian Nelson's safety is always first at the pulls, putting on the horse collar right here.
Horse collar. A lot of these guys in all these classes, the roll cage classes, that neck collar keeps them safe and sound on their neck. Letting it drift just a little bit, keeping control of it, front end up in there. Going to be a nice run. Going to be real nice. Going to be just a little short of second place. He goes 3:20.20.
I just love the classic lines of this 32 Chevy body. This is the first pull in this truck for Jared Weens.
The Weens family. Now, Dad has been taken aside. You seen him walk up to that window right there. Other brother drove earlier, done really good. Jared Weens, first time to him sit in there. Everybody wants to take a pass at Wisner, Nebraska Thunder by the river, and this man, he's smart enough not to hit the brake. He's been around Dad a while. It might be his first time, but he done a professional job of driving. Moves into second place at 3:23.78. What a deal.
It was everything you hoped, huh?
Yep, yeah, it certainly was. You know, I really didn't know what to expect. First time I've ever driven the thing was driving it up to the sled, so you know, I didn't really know what to expect, but you know, I'm pretty satisfied. So.
Up next is Cole Zajac. Now, his dad is currently in first place, so Dave, he's got him right in the gun sights.
He does for a fact, and he'll beat Dad if he can, but Dad has taught this boy a whole lot. They come out of Columbus, Texas, down around Houston. They're a pretty good ways away from home as well. Smooth coming off the line. You've seen those butterflies go wide open, very smooth. He is shooting at Dad, and don't think he won't gun him down if he can. He looked at that leader flag. I didn't see no fist go up. He goes second. He goes into third place, 3:23.03.
This is Donald Nelson and Lil Whip, and this is a different style hat on top of this engine.
Different injection. Hey, some people says it gives him more horsepower. Now, Donald's got to do pretty good right here. He's being chased by the Zajac family. He needs to get up there in the points. He's leading the points. Don't need them gaining on him. Great pass. He's not going to break that top three. Points are going to get tighter. Little Whip goes 3, 11, and 24.
And our final puller in the class is Randy Wendling. He's out of Manchester, Iowa.
On the other side of Iowa comes the broken, busted machine, Chevrolet. The Chevrolet boy's going to be running. Trust me, folks, that ain't no Chevrolet under the hood. That is full-blown Hemi. These guys are liking that left corner. They got something going down there, but he only goes 280 and 30.
And your champion in the two-wheel drive trucks is the veteran points champion, Robert Zajac. Look at 2, 3, and 4, Young Guns. And they're shooting at the veterans. Stay with us. Smoke coming up. As we move into the evening hours, the crowd's still loving it inside the Thunderdome, the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Series. Diesel 4x4s coming up now. Here's the Bean Burner, the first of a brother team.
The diesel pickup's probably the fastest growing class in the United States. A lot of different rules in all the different associations, but they're going to get them together, and they are coming to pull here in Wisner. Bean Burner burns the biodiesel. Man raises soybeans. Motor pulled down pretty hard on him, and out of Melbourne, Iowa goes 281 and 52.
Well, that was Brandon Pickard. Here comes his brother. This is Ryan, and all jacked up.
Ryan Pickard using that power off the line. Launched pretty good. Can he hold it, though? Looks like it'd be in a tall gear. Motor pulling down. You see a little flame coming out of that stack. He's getting close to burning a hole in the piston. 282.81. He takes it away from brother.
As we take a look on the replay, tell me, Dave, what did you mean by a tall gear?
These boys can go in low gear or higher gear, power speed. And the higher the gear, the more torque you got to have in that motor. Look at that fire in that stack right there. He was getting close to getting an engine.
Little brother beat big brother this time.
Yeah, it didn't have quite have the run I wanted, but heck, it is what it is, I guess.
Chris Barton has a shot at being the points champion. All too risky.
Thunder by the River has come down to the diesel pickups in this class. This is their last go-round. Chris Barton's being challenged. He's got a chance to win the points. The pressure is on him right now. Listen to that motor. The weight box tops out pretty quick. That motor ain't hurting for power. Digging in. Oh, he fought for those last few inches. Fought hard. And he takes the lead. 290.76. Listen to the crowd.
Last night wasn't the best. Tonight, okay. To track what you were looking at or looking for?
The track was pretty good. It could have been a little bit better, but, you know, got to go with what you got. So, hope it'll work.
Well, that'll bring up Theron Jarecki. He is out of Culbertson, Nebraska. He calls it off again.
Well, you talk about pressure. This guy can win the year-end point season right here with his hook. All he's got to do is go past Barton. He knows that. He's played his cards. He's playing his hand. He's got to win it. Oh, man, he's not going to do it. He gets second place, 285 and 61. Not going to be the champ.
And one remains, and it's only money. This is Jesse Nederip.
Nederip sits inside It's Only Money out of Falls City, Nebraska. See that air horn up front? There's a lot of air going in, a lot of smoke coming out. He's just running for the #1 spot here at Thunder by the River. Got to get up at 290. Work that right side. Not going to happen. He's going to fall into place at 276 and 42.
Diesel 4x4 final results. Chris Barton, your 2014 points champion, and he wins it all in Wisner. Now stay with us. You want some excitement? You want a lot of fun? You don't want to know what's going to happen? So strap in, sit down, grab a hold of something, because we're going to be coming back with the Wild and Woolly Unlimited Super Stocks.
This coverage of the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pull Association is being brought to you by RIGGINS Ag Equipment. Spray it or spread it, we have what you need. And by Kaiser Wheels. We expect the results you dream about. And by Extreme Performance Tire Cutting. Be supreme by Extreme. And by Stage 8, the world's best locking fastener.
Come early if you want a good seat at the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling events, Wisner, Nebraska. Let's keep it going now with the unlimited super stocks. This is last one standing, Justin Hoffman.
The little flyweights now, you're talking 6,200 pounds, rocking. Oh, hang on, Leroy, here we go. We're going to take a ride, keep it on all four. Don't know about that. A wild ride, everybody running up here to check on him. He's going to, first hook, he's probably going to turn that pull down. Look here, up in the air, watch them tires give. He's up on one wheel. Hang on. We are in for a ride, folks. He does turn that pull down. He will be back.
I don't see what kept him from breaking the front wheels on that, and he almost turned over. Here comes Deer Fever. This is Brandon Whipf.
Defended points champion John Deere. Father and son team, son sitting in it tonight. This track is going to give them all they want. Look at that front end up in the air. He ain't getting off the throttle. We're in for a ride. Walking the dog. You got to love it when you see that. I love it. I love it. Crowds up in the air. 360 feet, .05. We got a pull.
Brandon, Wild, Woolly, up in the air, all those things, and then 360 feet.
Is that how far we went? I don't know. It felt good. You know, when she starts duck walking like that, it could go south in a hurry, but you can't let out of her. You're just wide open till you see God, you know.
Well, it was bouncing you off the inside of that roll cage enough.
You never remember that part. You just remember moving the leader flag.
Ryan Frerich's getting ready to go. Dave, nighttime coming in, temperatures dropping just a little bit. The track, though, seems to really be coming around.
Everything is in favor for these boys to get a hold and ride. When them front ends come up, they got traction. Hang on, we're getting got a little out of shape right there. Ryan Frerich's got to cross that white line. The pulling sled can cross the white line, but not the puller. He's going to be disqualified. Catch it on this replay there. Look at that hand go down. Right hand all the way down. We're wide open. He sees that white line coming. He tries to get on the brakes. Bounces around a little bit, but it's going to be a DQ for the addiction.
Ryan, it wasn't a long one, but it sure wasn't boring.
I don't think I need to do that for a while.
We got to see both sides of the tractor.
Not the way I wanted to see it, but that's just the name of the game.
Scott Holtgrew coming up now. He's out of Atkinson, Nebraska.
Big John Deere, alcohol burning, methanol, alcohol, tire speed. Puts her in the center, front end up. He knew he was headed to trouble right there. He knew he was headed for trouble. Gets a distance of 198 and 16. When you talk about headed for trouble, watch him right here. Front comes up, he thinks I'm doing good. All of a sudden the tractor goes to the left and he overcorrects. Little too hard on the brake. He knew things was fixing to go south.
And as Mark Ulmer gets ready to go, Dave, that's 3 in a row we've seen really bounce around a lot. What's going on with that?
Well, the traction, the tire speed, letting them carry around. You got to be light on that, light on the brake. Here we got Mark Ulmer, get her done. This guy has no fear. You don't see him let off the throttle. Not going to get a good distance for, but it's 299.17. Excess alcohol coming out of the stacks.
Let's go back and take another look on the replay from down at the end of the track.
You notice he hit the brake right there at the starting line. He's tapping the brakes. He's not stomping. He's trying to guide it with the brakes. That's how come the front end's coming down, but he never lifts off the throttle.
Kurt Bohaboy getting set to go on that big John Deere.
All right, the green lightning machine. Going to be over to the right just a little bit. He's not going to take a chance on that left-hand sideline. We're doing good right here. We're not going up in the air. We're not bouncing around. We're not having to worry about it. We're taking it to the other end. He looked forward to see that flag a little bit, but a nice run, 3:25.75.
Justin Hoffman on last one standing. This is his repull.
He took a rough ride on that first pass. Now, he took a whale of a rough ride. Probably lowered the drawbar a little bit to try to keep that front end down. Now we got to pass. We are going to the other end. Oh, no. Something went wrong. Something broke. It looked like it could have been the gunning rod. He's going to have to live with a distance of 2:39.40.
And here comes Glenn Freese getting ready to do business.
Glenn Freese, this man has been... Hang on. Whoa. Lights out.
Say what?
Something went wrong. That night, the lights went out in Wisner.
Well, on the leaderboard right now, Brandon Whiff in first place. And we suffered a major power failure, but we're back. We've repositioned cameras. Red ink pulling now.
Glenn Freese, red ink. This guy's in the points race. He's got to do good, and man, he is doing good. Taking it to the other end. Takes it down to the distance of 3:59.47.
And that'll bring up Tim Franson out of Plainfield, Iowa.
Just off warranty. We're liable to use some warranty on this. Bouncing around 2:05.91.
Here is the Voodoo Deer.
Scott Holdrew, he's got a shot at it. Beautiful pull, beautiful pull. Run and gun, spin and grin. Hand up in the air. He's going to win it 375 foot even.
What a way to end the wildest class of the night from Wisner, Nebraska. Scott Holdrew winning on the Voodoo Deer. And that'll put a wrap on the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Series, not only today, but for this 2014 season. But we'll be back next year. And Dave, how can it get any wilder than this?
All I can say is you better show up and watch, because something's liable to happen.
Now for Dave Bennett and Rick Carlson, Claude Wood, thanks for joining us.